Hello everybody, it is Immy from Imy'sAnimals here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to tame rabbits. So I get quite a lot of questions about taming both my guinea pigs and rabbits, so I thought I'd combine a few quick little tips into this video, and this video is going to be quite short. There isn't many tips, and that is because it is not only what you actually do to get them tame, it's the length of time you put into it. I'm not going to put a time scale on it. It's not a couple of days, it doesn't take a couple of weeks, a couple of months. This is like a lifetime commitment. All of these tips that I give you should be things that you should be doing every day for them anyway, and by consistently keeping up these tips every day, it will slowly get easier. It's not like the first few days it'll be a bit of a getting there, getting used to it, and then as soon as you start doing this every day, it will just come into your routine with them, and you should have a lifelong buddy. So the first thing that I always recommend for any pet really is to establish a good routine. Rabbits have very good memory, which means they remember really good things and really bad things. If I've had a troubled beginning in life or something's happened that has scared them, then they will remember it. So you just have to take that into consideration and be patient. So any animal, but especially rabbits, really do benefit from a good sturdy routine. So every single day I go out to my guinea pigs and rabbits at about in between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. So every day I go out to my rabbits and guinea pigs between 7 and 8 every morning, and just every single day I give them vegetables, so they're always ready waiting, knowing that they get fed a bunch of vegetables or forage in the morning, and then they have their pellets, and the same in the evening. They always, after they've been free ranging out in the garden, they go into their hutch and wait for their pellets, and so that's just something every day. So that is what they expect. They expect me to come out, they know that that is what I do. They know that's what they associate me with food, which I'm going to touch on later, what is going to happen every day. Because rabbits are prey animals, they are naturally quite scared animals and don't have much trust in people. But by keeping up this daily routine, then they will begin to trust you, prepared for you when you're feeding them and putting them away and stuff like that. My second tip is... what is my second tip? My second tip is to associate yourself with good things. When you first get your rabbit, or even if you're just starting this now, every time you go out and see them out in the garden, out to their hutch, bring them a little treat, something that they like a little piece of apple, a bit of carrot, some of their pellets or whatever. Just something that they like and will look forward to having. So every time you go out, they think, ah, it's Immy, they've got me something nice to eat. Or whoever's doing it, it's not going to be me every time. That is something that I like to do with my rabbits. I'll go out into the garden, shake their treat pot, they'll come up to me, get a treat, hop off, and I do that most days, and it's just a little thing that builds up, so they know that when they see you, it's not something to be scared of. You're not always going to pick them up, you just treat them, and they'll learn to trust you and like being in your company much more because you bring the food. Kind of similar point to this is to try, obviously if it's a family pet, then obviously you can do your family, but try and keep it the same person doing the feeding them or doing things with them. Or if you are all going to do it as a family, make sure you're all aware of the routine and rules and what you're giving them, what you're feeding them and stuff like that, because otherwise it can get a bit confusing. But I'm the one, me and my mum are the main ones that look after our rabbits, so then they know they're kind of used to everybody and it's not like a scary person they haven't met before or someone they don't know very well, so they learn to trust you as an individual. My third tip is to spend time with them. So this whole thing is about spending time and building up that bond with them. But one thing is, whether you get home from school or in the morning if you have time for school or work, is to just go sit in their run. Sit next to their run, read a book, go on your phone, watch YouTube, put a film on, just sit next to their run so they get used to your presence and know that you're not a threat to them. Also, by sitting in their run, in their territory, then they'll learn to associate you, to know that you are not a threat to them, you're not threatening their environment or anything like that. And also placing your hand just in their hutch or near them by the side of their body is quite a good one, so just putting it near them when they're sat there, which means they know that you're not always going to pick them up, because rabbits don't usually like being picked up. You're not always going to stroke them, you're not always trying to get them, you're just there. They'll learn that it's not always a bad thing to have you near them. And gradually, with that tip building up, they'll let you start stroking them naturally as they know, and they'll trust you that you're not just going to pick them up all the time, because that is something that rabbits really don't like. It's very unusual if your rabbit does like being picked up, so congrats. Now this tip is if you're going to pick them up, because obviously they're your animals, you can cuddle them if you'd like, and that is just a little thing that they've got to put up with every now and then. Or if you need to cut their nails, health check, take to the vets or something like that, handling is quite an important thing. Now for rabbits, I'm with my animals. If my animals don't like being held, then I kind of let them live. That is, I respect that. They have been newly domesticated into our human world, so they are wild animals basically, and if they don't want to be picked up, they don't want to be picked up, but sometimes you do have to. So every time you hold your rabbit, make sure they know it's not always bad. So to start with, they'll run away, don't want to be picked up. I can do a video on how to handle rabbits because I think that's something lots of people struggle with. Of course, there are going to be times when you do need to pick them up to take to the vet, or you just do want to hold them, which you're in your right to do so. But what you want to do is quite a common thing that everyone really knows, but it's to make sure they associate it with a good thing. So when you hold them, they have something nice to eat when their favourite foods, or if they have a favourite place to be scratched or petted, then pet that area and just make them happy, make them feel as comfortable as they can, and keep it in short quantities. You don't want to get them out like once a week for like 2 hours because they'll start feeling really uncomfortable, and rabbits like being in their own sort of territory. Like put them down in your room for half an hour, let them hop around, let them scent, mark everything, have a bit of fun running around, or if they're just on your lap, keep it to, I'd say, no longer than 20 minutes on your lap at times, because otherwise I can get a bit overwhelmed, and then put them back. And just repeat this every couple of days to start with, just handling them if you do want to get them used to being handled. And then, as I said at the beginning, this does take time. This is not many tips, I think it's 3 or 4, but just doing this over time, months, a full commitment of life, as I said at the start, your rabbit will naturally begin to trust you, and you'll become their favourite person with the food, and they will trust you much more. So I hope this video has been helpful. Please give it a thumbs up and comment down below any other videos, or if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!